Welcome back, everybody. A quick recap of the plan. We are building a little overgrown post-apocalyptic neighborhood with some fantasy elements and a little stream running over what was once the street between some houses. And yesterday we got as far as figuring out the buildings and mostly figured out the stream. Today I hope to finish that up and then start on the vegetation. Even with my huge land impact allowance, it's going to be tight. I don't want to give up any of the buildings. Oh God, and the footbridges. I forgot about the footbridges. So yeah, I still want to do that. So let's get started on. Look at that. From this distance, it looks like it's actually coming together. Well, time to fuck that up. So what you're seeing is me struggling to select everything at once. I'd always planned on eventually lifting everything up into the sky, and then I had this vague memory of being told that anything not fitting a regular neighborhood aesthetic needed to be at least 500, I don't know, what is it, feet? Yards, meters, units up in the air. And so I panicked and I was like, oh, I gotta do this like right now before I get in trouble. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't lift everything up. I thought maybe it was because I was selecting the owner's stuff, but no. It's because I had set some stuff to lock and I forgot about that. Yeah. So eventually I do figure that out. But before that, I actually do this. Yeah. I'm not even sure how I did it, but I'm glad I noticed. I didn't even check to see how that exploded my land impact. So after removing all the duplicates and unlocking everything, we're finally in the air, but we need to get higher. I felt pretty hidden above this platform, so it seemed like a safe place to stop for now. Flush from that win, I reward myself with a little shopping. I like the idea of including a statue like this. It would be cool in the middle of the standing pond, but I'm not a huge fan of the statue itself. I have made my decision. Back at the parcel, I have made another decision. I want the stream to stop about midway through now. So I experiment making this pond big. The stream empties out into it. Maybe the rocks are kind of in the way, but maybe I can make it work. The other rock pond will be the spring at the head of the stream. I don't know if I could do this without modifiable objects. All objects should be sold this way. Taking a moment to raise the land back up. Making the spring and waterfall a little more substantial. I may have linked a bunch of things in my panic to move them up, but I've decided there will be no branching stream, so time to unlink. See? Already so much better. I'm questioning the rock pond now. I want it to feel believable that the stream would flow into it, but with no breaks in the rocks. I'd have to build another mini step waterfall, which is like, I already have one. So I'm just not interested in having a lot going on in that way. So, I mean, I gave it a bit of a try. It's just not quite working out. I mean, the stream is looking better, but it's just flat. The texture looks weird. Up there, it's like, well, where's the water going? So time to let this one go. Messing with the riverbed some more. The idea is I want it to look distinct from the rest of the land. Amidst all this, I decide I didn't like the grass. Looks like my road got misaligned, so I spent some time fixing that. To take a break from the stream itself for a second and build up the land that would be beyond it. Not bad. I mean, not bad. Never mind, I hate it. Okay, maybe this works better. Okay, back to laying down the riverbed. It's not procrastinating if you're jumping around the same project. You're just keeping yourself from getting fatigued and burned out. I thought this land piece had a natural divot I could use as part of like the stream path. Okay, so I have two buildings on either side of the road here in various states of collapse. My idea is that the chunks from both of these buildings, either from survivor intervention or just happenstance, become the outside edges of this stream bed. I really liked this rebar embedded one. I use that a lot in my builds. I'm going to build up the land some more here so the stream can be the lowest point of the ground. And then I get a little distracted again. I start bringing in boulders from fourth wall. It's so cool how they blend in with the land pieces. They'll plug in nicely next to the stream's edge without using more rocks. Later on, I'll focus on making this bus stop a standing pool area. I'm still not happy with the land around the workshop building. I can't get the land to tuck up under this house without clipping through the floor. I hate this. This is hell. I am in hell. Let's see if the fourth wall boulders can't plug in another hole. It's about here you can really see my problem. Either there's a huge gap under the floor or it's clipping through the floor. Right, I need a break, I think. Yep. I always seem to miss these. I was super stoked to see the group notice in time. What's more fun than goth music on a vampire sim? And it's fun to see how other people express themselves with their avatars. Okay, back to work. We're gonna dive into the footbridge making. I really like the look of it, but it comes in these segments. And the land impact of these segments are gonna add up. I wasn't sure how I was gonna handle that at this time, but you know, cross that bridge when I get to it. I started with the idea of directly connecting the buildings, but the angles are a little too wonky to work with. So instead, we're going to point them into a central post and just get rid of all these. But now they can branch out from the houses perpendicularly. So Atoll from the Second Life library saved me again. This bad boy is made out of Second Life prims and has very low land impact, and you can't beat the editability of just a bunch of separate prims. Compared to the mesh objects, it's a little cheap and old looking, but it won't be viewed up close a lot. And I think the mesh segment surrounding it will actually help camouflage it, assuming I get the coloring close. Now I can use the cool segments a little more sparingly. Here I needed a small section to connect everything together. But the railing was working against me in this case. And luckily, they were linked, so I could just unlink and delete that part. I know the railings make less sense now, just floating there, but I can go back later with 2 textured cylinder prims to fix that. We're going to rinse and repeat with another Atoll bridge over here. I decided to test my bridges out. Moving around in Second Life can be a bit slippery. And the idea is that over here, you'd have a survivor's attempt to keep a sustenance garden protected from other survivors in the early days, after the apocalypse happened. I don't ever actually end up putting anything in there, so that's still for future Ayla to figure out. So back here at the end of this bridge, I'm thinking I'm gonna have another segment just kind of hanging off, like the bridge used to continue on out of view to like other neighborhoods or something, and just got torn apart, but that's not gonna happen until much later. I just thought of that while I was coming back and editing this stuff. I decided these segments didn't need their railings. They look fine without them. It makes sense with nothing connected. And bonus, I get to save a few prims. Figured this was a good time as any to try to match the coloring. Perfect. Holy shit, you guys. I just found a game changer. TLG fucking Riverbanks for the win. I completely forgot I bought this pack. Just got to get rid of some of these rocks and debris. This will look so much better. The stream looking like it's cutting through the ground that had been like previously washed out as an overrun landscape. Like, I'll still keep some debris and rocks. We still have those buildings, but now we can have more variety in the landscape. This pack also comes with a cool set of exposed roots. So I'm putting those down. And now for a little color matching. Not bad. I also learned a new trick. As it says in these parentheses I've highlighted here, you can save the current color to your palette. It made the process way faster. Look at me go. Now I'm back to evening out the land some more. Got tired of that and started playing with the stream bed again. Got bored with that and thought about fencing in the DRD house's yard. This was a little too sharp and blocky. Okay, skipping ahead to about an hour in the future. I wanted to start laying out the trees and shrubbery. I really did. But there's a specific resin HUD that I have that I could not find. But I know I have it. Unfortunately, I forgot the name of it. I wasn't going to make you watch me search for it. So, before I log off for the night, I wanted to play with some Second Life trees. I just found them in the build options. They'll only res on the actual ground though, so I wouldn't be able to use them up in the sky. But I only just noticed they existed, and I thought it'd be fun to check them out for a sec. Anywho, thanks for watching. If you stuck with me this far, I'll see you tomorrow for day 3, which may actually start laying out vegetation.